In our last episode, we soaked up every moment of Vanuatu, exploring Port Oli as we waited for the right weather to set sail. Now, the time has finally come to depart and make our way towards the Solomons. But it won't be any easy journey, with squalls and some truly hair-raising moments along the way. This passage is about to test us like never before.
We're away.
So we're off.
All right.
We've had a week of kind of overcast, cloudy days, and we've just been hunkering at Port Orly, waiting to leave, and having a bit of fun. Hey, Pip?
Yeah.
Been playing in the shore and making bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Having a fire.
Making a spin.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
And then we've had a couple of hiccups.
Yeah. Well, one of them is first of all, it's going to be 20-25 knots out here, according to the forecast, and we've got 11 at the moment. But so we're motoring to get sort of into the trades, which we're going to be holding on for the first 36 hours, we're told. Sort of Janara only downwind, that's the plan. But just put starboard into forward, and we think we heard it slip, like the cone clutch of the sail drives, or the SD50s, which we have heard before, but not for a long time.
Yeah.
So
that's not what you want to hear when you first put your engine into drive on the start of a passage.
No, that's not what you want to hear.
No.
And then we've got an idle issue that I've been working on for the last couple of days on port side, where idles at 800 RPM where it normally does, and then it'll just drop down to 600, and then up to 800, and then 600, and so.
Yeah.
I thought I had it yesterday.
Yeah, we've been trying to diagnose that, and we thought yesterday that we had it, so we were tip-top shape to leave today.
Yeah, I thought engines were 100%, and then this morning we switched it on, and the idle's mucking around on port, and I go and put starboard into gear, and it goes, we think it's slipped. I hope I'm wrong, but
we can't hang out any longer, otherwise we're going to miss. Like we're already on the border of missing our weather window up and over PNG, so we've just got to keep moving.
Yeah, 100%.
So we should be able to sail the majority of this trip once we're out in the winds,
big wide ocean.
in the ocean.
I
believe that the engines will behave once we arrive.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be right.
Keeping a cool head, Captain. Good job.
Just happy we're moving.
I know. Last little bit of Vanuatu. Another overcast day. We're off. Yeah, some sun would be nice.
Yeah. Sun always lightens the countenance, you know.
It does. It does. These guys seem happy. Pancakes?
Yeah, pancakes.
And church. Thank you, Elon. And all our diesel at the back there. We're good to go.
We did have a spot of sunshine earlier, but it's been pretty gloomy.
Yeah.
This is our sunset. I hope you like it. Yeah. It does make you a bit hungry and sleepy. We're out here stretching our legs before it gets dark. So we're Janara only. Our new rule: 20 knots or more, and we're Janara only. And in these sorts of conditions, it's fine. Could we go faster? Yes. Do we need to? No. So just try and keep things chilled, keep it comfortable, keep it safe. I always think this is a cool shot when you come in here. You just see the Janara working. Alright. Night one. Shannon and I have just had a shift change. And it's pretty sporty. Knew it would be. Doing well. It's just slappy, bouncy, splashy, all those things. But that's right. I say that, but I didn't sleep awesome. So, in many respects, sometimes the first night is often the first night is the most difficult. So, just get down. Oh, you're at sea again, right? You're listening to things and making sure everything's as it should be, yada yada. So, anyway, we've currently got 27 knots. Man, they got it right. It's just that we're pushing current. So we've got that sort of wind against current type scenario where it makes the waves quite short, steep and stuff. So if you're good if that stops, it'd be lovely. But otherwise, just making it comfortable. We're doing well. Well, good morning. We've had a wee bit of a sunset spike in the breeze. Nothing huge, but up to around that 27, 28 knot mark. So we've come off a few degrees just to put it pretty much directly behind us and run off. It works as far as the destination and where we're going, so that's fine. But I find in these sorts of conditions where the period isn't super long, it's about a 7 to 8 second wave period, and we're about close to that 3 metre mark in swell. The key is to look after Andy, our autopilot, and just make sure that we're keeping him sort of on those, almost on those train tracks as much as we can without having to veer off and really pull us back and work hard as we wiggle down waves. So that's the main thing in these sorts of conditions that I'm looking out for is autopilot having to work too hard to keep us on the straight and narrow. At the moment we're doing alright. There's certainly the odd one where we're surfing up into double digits and we're veering off a wee bit, but you've got to make friends with the odd one. I think that it is going to happen in these sorts of conditions and you can't sort of control all of it. But yeah, I can see whilst we're surrounded by cloud, I think we're going to have some blue sky, which would be awesome from a power gen perspective to be able to put some solar in, so rather than burning diesel, so that would be a win. Anyway, we're doing alright. Time, isn't it? There's a piece of line that goes from this pole to this pole. It's been up there since we bought the boat, but we're replacing it. Port and passage jobs. Day number 2. So we've just recently upgraded to Predicament Professional subscription. And one of the amazing parts of that is the tidal information or the ocean current information that we haven't had in the past. So we're sort of looking at it for the first time now, and there's not a whole lot of current around, but it's just really cool to see what we're going to be expecting as we head further towards the Solomons. But all things considered, we're not missing much, but you know, it's just good to know. It's just good to know what's out there. So we are pushing about 1.3 knots of current at the moment. So what that does is, well, it slows you down a knot or so, but it also just increases the steepness of the waves because it's wind against current. So it's much better when the current's either behind you ideally, or at least on one of your quarters, port or starboard quarter. But very cool. Well done, Victory. Yikes. Couple of set waves. I'm in here looking at the steering. I'll just leave the steering for now, but water went in the dinghy. I love that you're like, that's cool. Almost time to reduce some sail, I think. If Ted
has done everything tonight.
is whipped up.
Nailed it.
Did you cut some veggies?
Okay, well I put the rice on.
These 2 cut veggies.
I
Nice.
put the rice on, but he like
Oh,
served up.
yes.
Doesn't it look good?
We are now, despite the resemblance of one small bowl because we broke it, we are now feeding 6 adults.
Yes.
Have been for a while. Who's scoring the small one? Is it you?
Chong.
Chong's going to score.
Archie, Pippi, Bella, Mummy, Dad.
There we go. Yum. Mexican poke bowls, black beans, rice, fresh stuff while it's still fresh. Yes!
Yeah.
Are into it. The rest of us are coming. We're in the shower and stretching, but we're on our way.
We weren't able to wait. It looked too delicious.
We just about hit a whale.
He was like
It's alright, Pep, it's okay. It's just back there.
Oh my.
Oh, there he is, look, flowing. Out. Where are you, Pep? It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Boy, did you see him? Oh, sweetie.
That was less than a meter.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like he could have put out here. Like that was. So he was asleep. Yeah, he was asleep. Yeah. I think he was just on the surface. Like
He wasn't dead, I saw him pop.
No, he was
He's still breathing.
Boy.
Lucky he was lengthways to us. Like if he had been at any angle, we would have hit him.
And we are surfing down 3 metre odd swell, and we don't have a great deal of control. We're going with it.
I couldn't have stood.
I could hear you yelling, like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And I was like, I can't hear anything that's wrong, but I knew something was wrong, and whale was not on my... I thought a wave had broken over or something, but yeah. Alright, hey, we're okay.
We're okay, sweetie.
We're all good.
It's just a bit close for comfort, eh?
That was way too close. I think that it wasn't very big. It was as long as the boat.
Hoi. Alright, we're just up here. We were drinking smoothies that Pip just made us.
We're just contemplating.
Post whale incident.
Yeah.
What would we have done? So yes, praise the Lord that the whale scenario was a non-event, but
It was still close.
It was like
right beside the boat.
I like from Pip and Bells who are up on the helm here going, Dad, Dad. Like, I could tell there was panic in their voice.
Yeah, it was not a good way to wake up when the kids are yelling and
Yeah,
panicking.
like,
I thought one of the kids had gone overboard.
We knew something was wrong,
Yeah.
but we couldn't hear or see, or there was no bang or bump.
Yeah.
I thought maybe a wave had broken in, but by the time we got out of our cabin and up to the helm and had enough time to grab the camera, we could still see the whale. So it was right next to us. Right next to us.
So close. And the kids were shaking. They were so... the shock of seeing something that big right next to you without the warning.
There's
they were very
nothing...
shaken.
There's nothing sailors can do about that. And for those who haven't been in this scenario and love animals like us, we love animals.
Oh, you don't want to hit a whale.
You want to hit a
ever.
whale. There is zero you can do.
That whale was asleep. Like, we could see it still didn't even wake up even when it came so close to us. It was just sleeping on the surface, and it came up to breathe again just as it went off our stern. It's
And
like,
for all we
didn't
know,
even know we were there.
no, didn't know we were there. We didn't know he was there. He's come up from the surface. We're in the middle of an ocean, can't see land, can't see anything, anyone for miles, and he just pops up.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those scenarios that you can't prepare for that. You can't have like a whale deflector installed on your boat. You know, you can't.
Yeah. And like, none of him is sticking above the surface. So even though the kids were up here and looking on the horizon, doing their watch, you can't. Like, it's not like you can see a flag or a buoy or a ship's mast. There's nothing above the water to kind of warn you.
So that is one of those things that it just is what it is.
Yeah. And I guess we're a bit terrified about the scenarios that we've heard of just this season crossing the Pacific. So
Aware.
it could happen to us.
Aware.
Aware that
it's very real.
Yeah.
Aware that it's very real. And it could have happened to us this morning, 100%. Yeah, there is some friends of ours picked up another boat that sunk coming across the Pacific earlier this year that collided with a whale. And to be honest, there was really mixed reviews about that, largely from people with a lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Boats have been going around our oceans for longer than we've been alive, plus some, and there's nothing new under the sun. It's just one of those things. If you wanted to not hurt whales, then you wouldn't put a boat in the water ever, right? Which means that next time you go ding ding on Amazon, it's not going to turn up, so keep that in mind. Oh, too harsh, but real. So, yes.
Yeah. Perspective, people. It's a big ocean, and it's very hard to predict where our boat will be and where a whale will be at the same time.
Praise the Lord that we aren't activating our EPIRB or climbing aboard a Chinese fishing vessel right now. He was big. He was as big as us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, anyway, it's got us talking about our scenario of not having very good communication right now.
Yeah.
And what we would have done if it had have damaged the boat.
Yeah. What would our course of action have been?
Yeah.
I think that's healthy to sort of role play it
Yes.
while it's fresh and raw.
Yes. And because we've just made the decision to back down our Iridium plan to basic and to rely on the data hub for our tracking and Starlink for our internet while we're at sea.
First passage.
First passage where we've kind of shifted it. And to be honest, when that whale came past, we turned the Iridium off because it had already gone over our limit. We used to have our tracking come through the Iridium as well on the plan that we were on, and it was very consistent and very reliable. And so far, being out here, Starlink has not been reliable on this trip.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because it's been so reliable.
It's been so solid.
Up to this point.
So, I would be soiling my pants if we didn't have the Iridium on board. So from a redundancy perspective, we can put that battery back in. Yes, we're going to rack up a bill, but who cares?
But we'll be able to turn it on and make a satellite phone call.
100%. Right, you need for a nap.
Yeah, nap time.
Nice.
Enjoy your shift.
Nice work, mate.
Yes, we're away.
Right, engine off. Beauty. That is a win. Well done.
Wheels up.
First time the main's come up this trip.
Yeah.
We've been Janara only.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we thought we were going to have to motor the rest of the way, but there's enough wind.
So we're away.
There's plenty of wind actually.
We've actually just taken a reef.
Yeah.
And we've got our sails spilled because we saw more than we needed.
Yes.
We're in no rush. Easy, easy.
Got a big band of cloud across in front of us. It's not raining over that side. It is raining over that side. And I'm trying to cut through the middle and hope to not get rained on. Don't know what it will do to our wind, but currently looking alright. The wind is dying out a little. Hopefully we will get through without even getting a sprinkle. We shall see. Yay! This is the first time the sun has come out. And I've just gone and taken a shower and taken my contacts out, so I've got my glasses on. It's the first time I actually needed my sunglasses. That's alright. So we've got this island over here beside me is Guadalcanal Island, and that's the island that Honiara is on. We intend to actually sail past it, and apparently the anchorage at Honiara is not awesome, and also the town can be a bit sketchy. So we're actually going past it for another 24 hours to a place called Noro. We have friends that have been through here recently, and this is what they did, and yeah, they had a great experience at Noro, so that's our plan. What are you guys doing?
Write it down and publish it.
Writing it down and publishing it.
Wee bit of David for dinner tonight. And our go-to rough day. Salad, bacon, BLT wraps if you like. There you go. Nice work, team. Don't come up, stay down there. pouring evening. We've got 32, 33 knots. Squall, hoping it's the first and last one of the night. What a day it's been, eh?
Oh man. These guys are warm and cozy.
Shut this one up here too.
Yeah. You want me to come up and do that? We got us? We good?
Yeah, we're okay.
It's pretty wet. I'll go up and help shut that.
It's only early in the night to be honest, but we're into our second squall. Mid-30s again. It's just not fun. I'll show you what's going on the radar. Yeah, all those red things are not ideal. That's suggesting thunder and lightning, and thankfully it's high level lightning. I've got about half of the Janara or the jib out at the moment, and ready to furl. I'll run bare poles and put the engine on if that's what's in the best interest of the vessel and the crew. But it's just fluctuating from 20 knots, which is fine, to 30 plus, which is not alright. And it just happens, it accelerates so quickly, so I'm certainly not going to put any more sail out. Just trying to keep it at a steady speed, like, 5 to 7 knots is fine in these sorts of conditions. When the wind really picks it up, we're at 22 knots at the moment. When the wind really picks up, we're doing 10s, 11s, 12s, and we're not a 12 knot boat. We're just not. That's what the Genoa looks like. Got the deck lights on so I can see what's going on with the sail. I'm just tired too, to be honest. Just makes you appreciate the good nights, I guess. But you're gonna have to be on our game.
Next time on Sailing with Six, we finally reach Nauru, but not before discovering some rotten defrosted food and tackling the last schooling night. Join us as we push through and complete this challenging sail.